on us or something, when it's actually we're so connected that
stuck in my head, you know I can't forget it. I try to move on, but you're the one that I dream about. I sit alone in my room, drawing up pictures of blue skies. We've been apart for so long, I'm always replaying all the pictures and memories stacked up in my head. I wish I could let you go, I wish I could just forget you. I can never shake you off. You're stickier than my super glue. I can never shake you off. I'm always trying to get rid of you. I'm never shaking you off. Are saying move on, I know I don't belong in this fantasy world I put you in the air. I cover up both my ears, cause I know baby it's working. It's working. Never shake you off. You're stickier than the super glue. I can never shake you off.
We'll try again with the mic on. Hello everybody. Thanks for coming. And we'll see who we've got in. Now, Andon was first in tonight. 3 hours ago, when I first put the live stream up to schedule. So, and also put a super chat in. So, thank you for that, mate. A belated one, but what can I do? Can't thank you until I get on, can I? And then it was Erin. Hello, Erin. Asmir, it's her mum's birthday today, so she may be in, she may be out, but mum comes first, so we understand. UK Gadget Man's in. 8:30. I'm going to do every night 8:30 now, mate. I've been doing it all week this week, actually. I think it's a better time all round. And I thought I saw La come in, but I can't see La's chat on my screen here. Oh, I'm Vanny Rose. Blimey, right, well that cut off a load of chat then. So hello Vanny Rose, hello La. Should we get going? Now today we're going to be, we're going to go to Granite Falls first, brush up on his herbalism skills, get a few lotions and potions ready, and then we're going to go back to the jungle. And there were certain places it said we couldn't go in the first time, so hopefully the second time it'll let us in there, but we'll have to see, won't we? Hopefully this shortcut key will work now. I'll check on my screen that it has, that it's showing the game. Bit of a delay. There we go, it's showing a blank screen. Well, that's not very good, is it? Oh, there we go, it's showing it. Right, brilliant. Let's get started. Is Glory in as well? Hello, Glory! Scott just heard that YouTube takes some of the super chat money. I hope not, bro. Yeah, it does. I think I get 70% and they take 30%, but better than nothing, mate. No matter how you send payments now, somebody's taking a cut somewhere, and I suppose they're providing the platform, so, and they make it easy, so I don't really begrudge YouTube taking a bit, to be honest. They provide the service. You pay for things on eBay and, you know, PayPal and all that lot, and they take a cut. If you sell stuff on eBay, they take a certain percentage of it, so it happens wherever you go. They do take a large amount, but what can you do? As I say, it's better than nothing. Scotty Bailo's in. Hello, Fruity. Yep, that'll be chonged up in the account, and don't worry. I don't think it's still... Yeah, it still shows on here. If I show you my my screen here, Chrome, as you can see there, it still counts it in the super chat, so I'll get $1.70 of that, which, like I say, I don't object to them taking money. I really don't, because they are providing a sale. Bloody hell, there's another one added on there. Mate, it's too good of you. That's too good of you. Thank you, though. Really appreciate it. But yeah, like I say, everyone takes a cut, don't they? Everyone dips in somewhere. What can you do? The world we live in, mate. DL $10. That's far too much, that, mate. Is the music loud? Right, let me lower that slightly. I can't hear it the way you guys do, so hopefully that's a bit better. How's that sound, La? Take 70% of that then. Is that music volume better now? You missed the intro music, Jack. You'd have liked it. Charlie learned that Clement is Father Winter. Father Winter. It's not his name at all. Let's go and check on the Scarecrow. Now I'm thinking he's still a plant at the moment, and he's going to be a plant for another 2 days. Oh, 11:36 PM. Hopefully we'll just have 1 day of this left. Perfect. Thanks, La. Hopefully we'll just have 1 day of this left where he's like this, but I'm thinking if he's a plant, then the bees will like him more. What do you think? It's midnight. Should we go and wake him up? I got a copyright strike for music yesterday. In fact, that reminds me. Let me turn customize rink. set music off. A bloody copyright strike for the music that this was playing. And bit of a cock up actually, because YouTube gave me the copyright strike straight away. As soon as the stream has ended, I got an email, you've been copyright struck for this. And I thought, oh no, yeah, no, here we go. And, oh, they're enraged. We'll do it again. And when I clicked on the link that it sends you a link to say you can play the part of the video with the music strike in it to see what music it is and see if you want to appeal it. And it played the music I play at the start and the end of the video. Well, once YouTube had finished processing the video, it turned out that that wasn't the bit they'd struck. They'd struck the bit in the middle where he was in the ice rink. So I went to YouTube and I put in an appeal and I said, look, you've struck me and it's this song, and really had a go at them. They released the copyright claim on it, but then when the video had finished doing its thing and finished processing and I clicked it again, it played the bit in the middle, and I realised that I had actually violated the copyright, but I'd already appealed it by then. Anyhow, they released it anyway, so thank you, audio, whoever you called. Really appreciate you releasing that, even though you shouldn't have. Is this on our online? Yeah, upgrade. There was something else I had to upgrade. I think if we turn that fire off, put it out, and then... Oh, come on, he's got to go up and put the fire out. Copyright claim, not a strike, sorry, yeah, to use the correct terminology. But yeah, it's always worth appealing, because a lot of the times they don't check it. I should get rid of all this stuff, but you never know if he's going to get abducted by aliens or not, do you? I've had a few copyright claims against my videos, incorrect ones where the music sounds similar, so... Why is that lit again? Put out. And I appeal it, and they never bother checking it, and after 30 days, if they don't respond to your appeal, I'm going to have to disable the auto light, aren't I? And then put it out. If after 30 days they don't respond to your appeal, then it gets knocked off automatically. YouTube assume that you're in the right with it. So a lot of them don't bother to check it anyway. I'm going to start doing my old podcast song for the streams. I don't want to be bothered with copyright anymore. What, instead of the in-game music? I mean, I'm using royalty-free music in the background of this now. And a lot of it I've just got straight off YouTube's royalty-free section. And some of it I get off a company that I license music off. I've got TubeBuddy, and with TubeBuddy, with the package you pay for with them, you get 30 tracks a month that you can download and use for free in your videos. Now they're the ones that get copyright struck sometimes, and you have to appeal it and it goes through a process, but I find it worthwhile. I like TubeBuddy, highly recommend it. Asmir, for me and my time, you start around 11 AM or 11:30 AM. Oh right, so you're Alaska, aren't you? That's not too bad actually, is it? I would imagine more people in the States would watch in the evening, but I'm never going to get that big audience from America, am I? I'm just here for a minute and I go walk my dog. Oh. Alaska. Oh, that's cool. It is, literally. Do you still get paid to live in Alaska? I'm pretty sure that was a thing at one time. Right, his fun level's down, his hunger levels are down, but that's fine. We'll get his fun levels up with the game quickly. Then when we go out to do the garden, that should bring his hunger levels back up because of course he's a plant. Can't believe he's a plant. It's finally summer. It's not quite summer yet, is it? Yeah, I suppose. Are we in summer now? Doesn't feel like it. It's been raining here all day. I was unclogging our grid. One of the drain grids outside is it's not very good. It keeps clogging up. Since we had the driveway re-bricked quite a while back, and the people that did it, they did quite a nice job on top. It all looks great, but they've messed up the drains underneath. We're gonna have to do something with them, I think. And so this one drain just keeps getting blocked up with leaves and stuff. We've got a guard on it, but even the guard gets gunked up. So I was cleaning that out before, and I'm jet spraying it, and then it starts raining while I'm doing it. I've got all this electrical equipment out. It wasn't good. They randomly hit me. I got one for 10 seconds of a song, and it was a parody with no original lyrics. Yeah, I get away with up to about 30 seconds in my videos, and this was the rule on YouTube for a long time. You could go up to 30 seconds because they considered that fair use. But then all of a sudden they changed the rules, and all my old videos got hit with copyright strikes. It was a nightmare. So a lot of them I just remove the music. You've got the option to remove music. I just remove it and it gets muted. I got hit for the Bee Gees recently. I showed about 10 seconds of a Bee Gees clip in one of my old videos, and they struck it, but nothing I can do with that. For La, it's 9:30 PM. 9:30, that's an hour ahead of us. So are you Germany, France? Oh, Denmark. Just said Denmark there. We have a Dane. We a lot of Danish bacon here, mate. Best bacon in the world. Right, we're going to harvest everything. Now it is the end of this. Oh, right, now what have we got to do? We've got to decorate. Apparently we've already done that. That's good. We've got to have a party. Fair enough. Make resolutions. Don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. And count down to midnight. So we're going to be stuck here till the end of the day today. But that's good because I don't want him being a plant when we get out and about. Now, why is there no sunshine? Do you know what? Let's clear the skies up. Change the current weather. Clear skies. Let's get some sun out. And get him some energy. Not quite summer here yet. Some part of my country measured minus 3.5 degrees centigrade this morning. Well, you've made me feel better. We weren't that cold here, but you are a lot further north, aren't you? I would move where I get paid to live. Yeah, I'd love to live in Alaska. Not just because you get paid, but what a beautiful place. I mean, I love nature, so to be out in nature like that. I'd want them to get rid of the bears. I'd want them to sort them out, you know, put them all in zoos or, you know, do something with them. But yeah, you don't get too many poisonous animals in colder climates. That's one thing I notice. Right, we've cleared it. Oh, and look, his hunger bar's going It was going upwards. Have a meal, order a pizza, grill something. No! That doesn't work for him. What's Nancy want? No, Nancy, we're having a party later, love. You can come around then. I think all my plants down here died off, you know. That's a bit unfortunate. Must be perennial. I thought it and won, but it's still stupid. Oh, we've become very energised. There we go. It's because the sun's out. What temperature is it? Oh, it's warm. So if we have a bit of a swim as well, swim some energised laps, why not? We should get the hunger bar going up and the water bar going up. That's perfect. Oh, look at that. We've got it sussed, guys. We've got it sussed. Being a plant isn't too bad after all. We have like 3 pigs to every person here. Yeah, there is more pigs than people in Denmark, which amazes me with the amount that gets slaughtered for food. You know, I mean, you would think somewhere that that figure would drop. I think in New Zealand they have something like that with the sheep. 3 sheep for every person. Hello Claire, how are you? Where's he got? Alright, still going around the pool. That's good. See, we're beating 3 at once here. The fun's going up, the hunger's going up, and the water's going up. So that's perfect. His hygiene's going down. I don't know what's been going on in that pool. Mind you, it is all purple. I think we can guess what's been going on in that pool, can't we? How the YouTube streaming going now? You stopped ME videos. It's going alright, mate. I still do the ME videos, but I do it on my other channel. I'll drop a comment in from my other channel. But yeah, I still do the ME stuff. I've only done a couple of videos this month, but next month I'll be back on doing them properly. But they go onto that channel now, which isn't monetized, and that's why I do it on there, because you don't make money out of those videos, and I need to make some money on YouTube, so I'm using my monetized channel for the gaming. And the unmonetized channel for not gaming. For the serious stuff. This is fun and that's serious. Right, we'll make that unbreakable. Alright, we're going to have to arrange a party now, aren't we? So we'll get some food made up. Does it specify any specific food? You have to flirt at a party. For industrial grown pigs, it only takes 6 months from birth to slaughter. That's how their count remains stable. Blimey. God, that's sad, isn't it? 6 months of life. That's really sad. That makes me want to become vegetarian, really. That's awful, actually. Don't have the alien baby pee in the pool. The alien baby's gone, don't worry. Oh, Vanny Rose is vegetarian now. Stop talking about slaughter. Sorry, Vanny Rose. We don't cover that on this channel too much, do we? Are you busy tomorrow, Scott? Well, we're out in the morning, but not in the afternoon. Glory B's a vegetarian as well. Hello, Erin. Welcome back. She was in really early originally. Right, let's cook a grand meal. Right, well, we'll do a tofurkey dinner suitable for vegetarians, considering the talk in the chat. There we go. How's that? How's that? Hello, Rick Swain. Yo yo. We're making a nice vegetarian meal up. He's still a plant, by the way. So once we've got New Year's Eve out the way, that's when we'll take our holiday and go to Granite Falls, collect all the herbs, make friends. We've got all that to do, haven't we? I'll leave it on that for now because he'll be mixing drinks at the party. We'll get a few of those missions completed for the Granite Falls, meeting the Grinch or whatever it's called, the wench. I grew up on a farm, so I am an omnivore. Erin's the 10th like. Now, how many have we got watching? 19 I'm showing. Why haven't we got 19 likes? Get that thumb up, guys. And thank you, Erin. Mandela Affected's in. He hopes MA is on tonight. I've not heard anybody else wishing for that, but, you know, hopefully he will be. Hello, mate. I hope he's not going on at the same time as Simon's premiere. I've already destroyed his premiere with my stream, and now you're going to as well. We're not helping the guy out. It's New Year's Eve. Alright, there he goes. He's going to stick it in the living room, of course, because that's the best place to store your food. I'll put it in the fridge. Should we make some cupcakes for the party as well? We'll have some red velvet cupcakes because they sound quite nice. How are his levels holding up? We'll have to get him back out in the sunshine before it goes dark. Well, oh, it's already 4 o'clock. We'll get his cakes done, and then I think that still needs an upgrade. We'll upgrade that to unbreakable. Oh, unbreakable even. Make New Year's resolutions, so that'll come later. Or maybe you can do it now. Oh, make a resolution. Here we go. We'll complete an aspiration milestone. do that quite easily by making drinks. We'll make a load of cups of water. We spotted you in a box at B&M, or B&M as it is. Is it B and M now? It was definitely N. Bargains and Madness. Apparently it doesn't stand for Bargains and Madness either. Unbreakable. Yeah, you can make things unbreakable. Although they still break. What can you do? I can see a tree sparkling. Oh, lovely. Pomegranates. Now perfect. Perfect. Still need the grow fruit tree to go up. That tree, we do not eat the fruit from. Just remember that, guys. Right, let's start that by making a drink. We'll make a ridge port. Should help him as a plant, shouldn't it? Once he's made one drink, we'll get the party started. And hope people don't mind him being a plant. And then we'll make some more drinks for everybody for when they get here. On a social event. He's not like me, this guy, at all. I'm not social at all. I have to make a single plant perfect. A single perfect plant in any of my games. It's what you fertilise it with that gets it up there. So use fish until you get it up to the same quality as the fish you're using. Fish is the best thing to fertilise it with, to be honest. Now we don't seem to have a specific party for New Year, so we'll just go with house party. The host with the most, the Jolly Green Giant. Now, before we invite them, we'll get the entertainer, Marquise. Don't need a mixologist, don't need a caterer. I've done all that. I'll be mixologing. We're just going to invite this many people because I don't want everybody there. At the Ramsbottom residence. When you get a chance, check out the vid I've uploaded on Hangouts. Right, I will, mate. I just prefer to go the tech route. Yeah, it can be a bit tiring sometimes, can't it? But what can you do? You've got to follow the game. Oh, she's in a bad mood. Look at her. What's up with her? Right, tend the bar. What do you mean you can't get there? Tend the bar. Do as you're told. Unbelievable. Hello. Thanks for coming. We'll have a bit of festive cheer with him, should we? Let's blow horns. Not sure what that means, but we're going to blow horns. Well, you get away from me, bar, you. Alright. What do we call them? Let's throw some New Year's Eve confetti at him. I'm imagining I'm in it. The way you two are talking. Hello, QP. We're having a New Year party. Now, who else is here? Oh, we've got other plants ready to go up. The crocus flower. That's it for now. We've got people working out in the gym. People on the violin. What are you doing helping your bloody self? Who do you think you are? Unbelievable. Why is he still talking to him? I've told him to go and speak to the other guy in the cowboy hat. He's not even showing that he's drinking anymore, and yet there he is still drinking. Strange.
Bettina!
He's supposed to be throwing confetti at him. Where are they going? Why do they all go out in the hallway to chat?
Flavor soup!
We'll have a sing, so we don't breach another copyright. We'll blow horns. Look at everybody, there's a singing plant. Oh, the rattlers are out. Right, go and tend the bar, because we need to make another 4 drinks. We'll make a tang and zing. Come on, does anybody want a drink? 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 Want a drink? Come on, I'm behind the bar, everybody. Come and have a drink. Alright, well, let's forget tending the bar. He's still drinking that drink. Oh, there he goes. We'll make a water, because that's all he's supposed to drink as a plant, of course. And then we'll make a zebra fizz. He's still stressing out at the fact that he's a plant, but what can he do? Oh, look at those skills. Oh, he's levelled up. Of course he has, throwing it around like that. Charlie has learnt the dim and gusty recipe. He also learned a cool new juggle trick. Yeah, we've just seen it. Very impressive. We'll have some buffalo wings. His drinks can now provide strong moodlets to those who drink them. Oh, it means he puts a little bit extra vodka in. Hello, Zazella from Poland. Greetings to Poland. And Vanny Rose is speaking Polish, I imagine. Clean the bar, come on. Keep a clean bar. We'll make a pros and pop. And then we'll tend the bar for a little bit. And hopefully people will... There we go. So we've completed an aspiration already. Our New Year's resolution's complete. Well, nobody seems to want a drink, do they? So we'll go down here. Go and watch the violinist playing his lovely instrument. Now, when do we count down the new year? Should we blow horns with her? Oh no, we'll have a New Year's Eve toast. There we go. We've got drinks from no. Oh, what's this? What's going on? What's everybody doing? How do I count down the new year? What's going on here? Stay up past bedtime and shout at the TV. Right, okay. Sabotage the New Year's Eve countdown. Watch the countdown to midnight. Right, that's what we need to do. Stop chatting and everything. Why is it all animals celebrating New Year's Eve on here? Charlie, do it. Right, there we go. Hey, Happy New Year, everybody. Should old acquaintance be forgot? Do 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 do. That's all the words I know, I'm afraid. Hands off, pal. Get everybody into a meal. Now, when's he going to turn back from being a plant? Hey, Scott. Ral waves. Hello, Rally. I'll wave back, mate. Happy New Year. Frantically to get Scott Harrison's attention. Very special message. We are having a Mandela Effect conference in our hood here. Oh, are you? Funnily, we also sing that song at New Year's, but with local lyrics. Has everybody gone? Nobody wants your meal. Well, that's not very good, is it? Clean out spoiled food. I wonder if they do that everywhere around the world. The same song, but, you know, with local language. When is it, Rally? Somebody got a cupcake out and then left it. It's not very good, is it? Oh, maybe it's because he's smelly. Come on, tidy up. This is the problem with having people around, isn't it? Right, we'll have a brisk shower. Oh look, he's got to clear all this up as well. Ponder glasses fullness, and then we'll clean up. Scott, you're going, man. It's in Sun Valley, Idaho, in November. See Dark Wolf's Den YouTube channel for details. Why is he arranging it? But will Bill Bean be there? Right, we can change our aspirations thing now to nature. The outdoor enthusiast. And then we can get all this done. Oh, cheers, Mum, cup of tea. Yorkshire tea. We can then get all this done when we go away on holiday. But first he shall ponder the half full glass. Oh, he's back to a person. Whee! Right, have a drink to celebrate. It's going off. You have to be there because you're the keynote speaker. Oh, blimey, well that'll be a disaster. Can you not just clean up all these glasses at once? I suppose I can just drag them to the sink, can't I? Right, are we cleaned up? We'll take down the decorations because the fun's over. Right, let's get over to Granite Falls. Oh look, Father Christmas has turned into a normal person now. Oh, I've chose travel. Wrong one. Oh. We'll leave the plants till he gets back. He shouldn't be there too long. Hope the champagne brings us luck with the Mandela effect. Movie stars are all over the place up there. It's Ketchum, Idaho, aka Sun Valley. The snow will be 10 feet deep there in November. Why do they call it Sun Valley then? If you're going to have somewhere called Sun Valley, it shouldn't be covered in snow. Is it just me? This is so cool, Scott. You will fly into Boyce International. Boise. Me and Gidget will fly you up there to Sun Valley in the bird. We'll get some snow tyres. Mate, I'd love to do it. You can make it happen. Right, let's lay down the tent. Where's his tent? Now we need to find all the herbs and spices that he hasn't got yet, so... Ooh, strawberries. What have we got here? These are out of season. We've got the carrots growing up full there. Not carrots we need though. Don't tell me the herbs are seasonal as well. Oh, this could be a disaster. We're not going to be able to identify all the plants if they're seasonal. See what that bear's doing in the woods. Right, there we go. What's that? Strawberries. Something sparkling there. No, the basil bush. Basil bush. Well, we'll travel to... He's hungry. Get in the sunshine. Oh, he's not a plant anymore, is he? The passport's up to date, mate, so... Definitely doable. Now what herbal remedy? It's got nothing he can actually do. Alright, we're in spring. So that should bring up some different flowers. Hopefully. Wild plant. Here we go. Harvest unidentified flower. This is what we need. Oh, there's another. Wild sage. We'll have it. We'll take some of that. There's nothing going around that area. Oh, to New York or California? North California. Better be careful around there. Skookum will have me guts for garters if she gets her hands on me. I've said things about her. Called her old. That seems to be all the plants I can find around there. Scott would look funny playing Grand Theft Auto 5. Oh yeah, I quite fancy that game actually. Used to love Grand Theft Auto 4. Now let's find this tunnel. Oh, there's another plant. Wild plant. Harvest. I can't remember where the entrance to that tunnel is. It's somewhere around it. There it is, isn't it? No. Oh, we'll harvest them as well. Lovely. Oui, the tunnel. Le tunnel. Le tunnel. I'll go if he pays me $1,000. I'll flip everyone the bird and say F off. $2,000 if people want pictures taken. Right, we've got to get this right now to end up in the right place. Step forward. If the option is do something or retreat, it's always do whatever it says. After several minutes of hacking furiously through the bush, a large web is blocking Charlie's way. One would prefer that web is not paired with a spider. Yeah, find an alternate route, mate. That's what I'd do. Won't be going through no webs, let me tell you. A semi-rational fear of enormously industrial spiders sent Charlie to find an alternate route. Naturally, this route was coated in overripe fireleaf. Perfect. Oh, absolutely brilliant. This has changed since I bought the other pack. Now he's going to be covered in fireleaf, isn't he?
See Lloyd? Spino? Yeah, fruit.
That's okay. I'm sure we've got a potion for that somewhere. Oh, he's got spider repellent. Haven't we got ointment for that? Drake's fire quencher. Oh, he's not using it. Never mind. Back in we go.
Ooh.
We'll try and get it right this time. Step forward. As Charlie pushes through the foliage with intrepid courage, a bubbling brook emerges. Should Charlie stop and fish? Nope, keep going. He's been on this route before. It's better than the spider's web route. Ah, temptation. Ignore. We must resist temptation. Charlie's navigated right towards the sim. Yep, deep woods, there we go, we're in it. Whew, at last. Now we should be surrounded by herby plants. We've got 2 plants to find. Oh, and we've got to go and say hello to the hermit. Is the hermit fishing? Where's the hermit? Here we go. Now that hermit was a woman last time. Maybe it's not the one. Oh, can we get everything else we need off here? Strawberries. Oh, we could be in luck here, guys. Parsley. Oh, great, it's raining.
Baranga. Miku. Dish. And Fabi Frenoy.
Night glory.
Lupasiba. Arpanaya. Defra. Huh. Fremic Shinishi. Barl Haytham Wissam. Ravenina. Swappa.
Oh, we've done it. Right, so now we just need to find 2 more plants. So are any of the plants in here unidentified still? She's going. Unidentified. Right, attempt to identify. You should be able to identify this now.
Marble. Oh, Savara.
Fire leaf. Brilliant. Just what I needed. Unidentified. Identify that.
Subway. Ah. Ralshba.
Still got to find 2 plants. Right, okay, well what was this back at the hut? Strawberry, sage, parsley, Strawberry. Oh, plants, right. Oh, he still hasn't managed to get it. What's his herbalism skill at? Six.
Wexelmora, glorious. Darboy, Shifi Almabura.
We'll try identifying them again. Clean out spoiled food. What spoiled foods he got? What's he carting this stuff around with him for? Unbelievable. Hello, Skunks. The Sonic the Hedgehog ones. Change out of wet clothes. Go hiking. That was never an option before. Right, well, let's do that. Let's see if he manages to come across some unidentified plants. Look out for sparkling plants, everybody. He loves a good hike. Is he just going back to that hut again? Oh, there is that big patch of growing plants somewhere, isn't there? There. Right, harvest everything. Got a feeling he's still going to be, yeah, he's still going to be one short into when he's done that. And that's not going to come until the next season. I'm glad you're inspired, but could you be inspired enough to do as you're told? Go here. You aren't a plant anymore. Nope. He's a fully fledged human being again, fortunately. Right, what have we got up here? It's just carrots and stuff that's out of season. He's hungry. Well, he's got plenty of food. Have a dragon fruit. We're not going to eat one of those things again. Tell you what, he never had all these options before, did he? Change out of wet clothes. Send home. Oh no. Well, hang on another day. I just want him to go back to his lodgings. We'll try and get our herbalism skills up. We'll read the Wilderness Digest and see if that gives us any clues. See, stuff like that, the deodorizing cream that I need. So it's an elderberry. Have we got elderberries? He's got two unidentified. Alright, so deodorant is a must for any hiker, yeah. Got no idea on that.
Good boy.
Then we'll read a book. No, it's too advanced for him. Oh, we'll end the vacation. And we'll brush up on his skills at home. And then we should be able to start making up the potions then on the grill. Nothing needs doing there. Right, we've got book 2 there. Oh, go and say hello to the bees quick.
Good luck. Storm of flame.
Love the way those bees come through the wall.
Senix Pelfa. To reef.
Right, so we'll get his herbalism skill up. I take it we can count on you going to the conference, MA. I didn't see him get invited, Jack. I don't think they want, you know, the low-hanging fruit there. They just want, you know, best of the
Oh,
best.
she's a breeze.
I'll be right back, guys.
Oh.
Oh, snap.
Yups.
Better believe, girlfriend.
Bahira.
Especially since he's probably not watching now. He's probably getting ready for his stream. Right, now he's very tired. But we'll hang it out a bit longer because we can have him sleep, feed, toilet, sleep. Have you leveled up yet? We need to get some elderberry. I'll probably expose all the shills so they will want to keep me away, as I'm sure it'll be 90% of them attending. You keep telling yourself that, mate. I wouldn't feel bad, I really wouldn't. I mean, you know, I'm sure they do want you there, they probably just forgot about you.
Bankira. So lame. Wax.
I've never heard of living colour. Right, we'll put the book down, but we'll put it in your inventory this time so you can take it with you if you ever go. Is there anything opened up yet? No. Noxious berry, toxic chamomile, elderberry. Unbelievable. Who is MA? I mean, what's happened there, I think, is they've asked Pat to list the leading members, and he'll have gone, you know, Scott, need input, Oh, who's that guy? Nelson Mandela is dead. Oh well, never mind.
Oh, Agaraba. Hatayabe.
Breaking news. Some people have kicked a football around and won a cup. There you go. Major news flash. Ooh, a blooming puddle. I don't know what's up with these bees. And it's not Bertie's beatbox. It's bloody Charlie's. Who these people think they are? Purchase seeds, starter herbs, uncommon plants. Let's see what we get in the herbs. Oh, we've got a new season here, so stuff's starting to grow. Hopefully one of them's the elderberry. Well, it seems to have just gone in the mix with the rest there, so we've not got a new one. Oh, now he's leveled up. Try and identify them two again. Looks like we didn't get an elderberry. Loads of new effects for everyone to be educated on. You think he'll be the only one affected? Skookum's got an elderberry bush in her backyard. Not bloody helping. Charlie has no idea what that is. Oh right, he's identified one of them at least. Still not sure what's happened to my plants that were down there. We should give somebody one of those sim plants, shouldn't we, so that they turn into plants as well. Right, we're done in the house. Oh right, okay, we'll collect some honey.
Human? Oh, obey.
Because he does need honey to make some of the recipes as well, doesn't he? So that's handy. Quickly bond with them and then we'll get into the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. I didn't even know elderberries were a real thing. I thought it was a joke. Oh, what else did it say I could buy? Can we buy by pack? Jungle Adventure. Right. Open air natural toilet. So whoever it was who said that the other night was quite right. So if you go abroad you could tend to Skookum's backyard bush. You being a gardener and all. We got a special throat coating gel from Scott, he makes me come. Behave, it's family friendly this is, I'll have you know. Ooh, we'll have to get one of those display cabinets to show the stuff in, won't we? We don't tend to do electronics in the jungle. It said I could buy something for 10,000 back here, didn't it? That would be useful in the jungle, and I can't remember what it was now. No. Well, never mind. Can we time him out, MA? Bloody advertising his wares and tears. Hello, Citro, and yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Right, let's go to the jungle then. quite liked this villa. So we'll go back there. 2 days. We can always extend it if we need to, can't we? Right, we can start sorting some of this out. Right, we'll start off with the fire opal. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the elderberries, but you never know, you might find some out here. Right. Oh, what does he get off that? Energising. Oh, he's feeling energised. We'll send that off to the jeweller for refinement. Amazonite. Charlie can now find even more artifacts from dig piles by establishing an excavation site. Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah. And a sedge.
Extract the element. Let's do that.
Spencer.
He's extracted Critico. We'll send that up. He's becoming quite the expert now.
One of business. Oh.
So we've got some elements in here now. Oh, there we go. He can do all that himself. Uncover an artifact.
Clear. Yeah, true.
Seems to have stopped telling us what he's doing here, doesn't it? Never mind.
Sure. Nathan. Yeah. Huh.
Is it authentic, Charlie?
Ooh, I know. Fredoy?
Hey. Together.
Should have his skill up on this in no time. Oh, now we have to change this back, don't we, to Jungle Explorer.
Pachelja.
Assemble a mystical relic. We might actually be able to do that with this.
Zeloid.
Right, try a mask.
Tessa. Ha! Kretz. Xanahoy. Ooh. Tessa. Trip. Suna.
We got some fly spray. Oh, it's genuine again. There we go. Let's just put the value of it right up. He's about to level up. Now refined crystals at the archaeology table. These refined crystals can be used to create
Yabosa.
powerful relics. Guess we could do a bit of an excavation.
Hold on.